I wonder if you can hear
you
us now.
hear us now?
I wonder if
Someone tell us.
technology is going to be in our way or not. Well, we're online on Twitch. I think we're online on Facebook.
Is this a new video or the same video on Facebook?
I gotta pull up everything. If you can keep talking to see if people can.
Someone tell me if they can hear us.
I am going to try and. Pull
Is
up
my annoying voice coming through to you?
I'm gonna try and keep pulling up the new stuff.
If you can hear me, respond with woof
Woof. What about meow?
or meow.
I think people can hear us. I hope people can hear us. Yep.
Hey!
All right.
Rude. My voice is not that annoying.
All right. We're getting there, guys. We're gonna make it work. This is the problem with working with technology. I do apologize that it seems the last few weeks it's been nothing but problems. I really do apologize for that. I don't know what the problem is.
It's because we're haunted.
Maybe it is because we're on it. I don't have an answer for it. Before I go live, all of our tech's working fine. So you guys are here. We're all here.
Hello.
It's frickin' Fueled by Death show. I guess it wouldn't be Fueled by Death show if something didn't fuck up. Welcome to Wednesday night, everybody. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! We have a hell of a show for you guys tonight. Not only when we get to the update are you guys going to get something brand new that nobody's seen before. It's a brand new product from Death Wish Coffee that you guys are going to be really excited, and you're going to want to take it with you wherever you go. You're also going to get a sneak peek of tomorrow's podcast guest that also is a giveaway. It deals with a giveaway, and there's a zombie surprise in there. It's going to be pretty crazy. You're going to meet this week's Death Star of the Week, and we also got the Science of Ghosts coming up on the science segment. I do want to start the show, though, by saying we give away a mug every single show, except for next week. We're not going to do that because next week's going to be crazy. You guys are going to want to tune in for next week, as long as everything doesn't break and catch on fire. But maybe if that happens, that's entertainment, right, guys? So, I think so. So, anyway, all you got to do, if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, just drop a comment. Like I see these comments flying through my feeds right now, through my face. And one lucky comment on each platform will be picked at random to win a Good Witch mug. This is our final witch mug giveaway of the month of October. And each one for Facebook, one for YouTube, one for Twitch. On Facebook and on Twitch, we're going to announce the winner as soon as we sign off. We can tag your name and, tag the winner, and then you guys can DM us with your address, and we'll send the mug right out to you. On YouTube, it's a little harder because I cannot contact you directly. We're going to announce the winner live as the last thing we do before we sign off. So you're going to want to stick around to the end to see if you won a mug. Once again, thank you guys so much for dealing with all of the bullshit we just dealt with tonight on all the audio stuff. I didn't even introduce us. I'm the Incredible Jeff.
I'm the mother of content. My nose is itching.
Darn right. And you're the mother of content for a reason. Because if you go on over to deathwishcoffee.com, they can save money, right?
They can save money. Use the code mother of content at checkout on deathwishcoffee.com for 12% off your order. It is the mother of all discount codes, as I like to say.
It is. 12% off your order. That's coffee, merchandise, mugs, whatever you see up there.
Chocolate.
We released some new cool stuff today. I'm really, really excited for all of it and for you guys to save some money using that discount code. So, what was that? No, we love Brock. We'll get to Brock later. I'm going to talk about Brock Paul later.
Do you see what I have to work with?
We're switching everything up this week because
throwing me off.
It's craziness here. So, if you guys have tuned into the show the last 2 weeks, I have been putting out a spooky science series. Because I felt, our science segment, you guys love it. I love it. I love to do it, and I wanted to produce something a little bit higher produced for it.
And spookier.
For the month that is the Halloween month. And we did the science of Frankenstein, and then last week we did the science of witches. This week, I'm really excited for this one. It's the science of ghosts.
Science!
Welcome to part 3 of the Spooky Science series. This is all about ghosts. Ghosts and the idea of ghosts have been around since ancient times. The idea of ancestor worship or honoring the dead, or just that feeling of literally missing someone who has passed on and wanting to contact them again. Do you believe in ghosts? Because they are the most widely accepted paranormal phenomenon and have even spawned their own literary genre, ghost stories. And I'm sure we all have one of those, either one that happened to someone we know or a ghost story that actually happened to you. The scientific community sure doesn't believe, though, citing the lack of evidence and proof to warrant that ghosts are real. Science does have a few ideas about what ghosts and apparitions could actually be. One of the biggest problems science has is the actual definition of what a ghost is. Are they full-bodied, human-like, ghostly forms, or just energies that can interact with the physical world? There are so many contradictions about ghosts. Either they can move through solid objects without disturbing them, or they can slam doors shut and throw objects across the room, like a poltergeist. Why do they appear clothed and with inanimate objects like hats, canes, and dresses? Not to mention the many reports of ghost trains, ghost ships, or ghost cars. The limits of our own perception and just ordinary physical occurrences can account for some ghost sightings. Things like air pressure, temperature, and humidity changes could actually account for slamming doors and creaking floorboards. Pareidolia is a human tendency to recognize patterns in random things, and skeptics also consider that to be an explanation for seeing ghosts. This tendency has been a part of human history for some time, even being referenced in Shakespeare's play Hamlet, when Hamlet describes a cloud that looks like a camel. Hamlet had quite a few ghosts in that play as well. Pareidolia can cause people to interpret random images or patterns of light and shadow as faces. A stick figure face, despite its simplicity, can convey mood and information and be drawn to indicate emotions such as happiness or anger. Is this why so many of us have seen a face or full figure in the darkness of a room, for it only to be a coat rack or a lamp? This also lends to the idea of the power of suggestion. You believe there is a ghost because someone said there was one there. In 1813, the physician John Ferrier wrote an essay towards a theory of apparitions. In it, he argued that ghost sightings were the product of optical illusions, and for Ferrier, apparitions could be explained by what he termed a renewal of external impressions, through which a visual memory could be reanimated via the visual sense, a sort of waking dreams composed of the shreds and patches of past sensations. According to research in the field of anomalistic physiology, or the study of human behavior in connection to the paranormal, ghost sightings could be attributed to hypnagogic hallucinations, or the stuff you see in between sleep and being awake. In fact, people who experience sleep paralysis speak of seeing ghosts or being held down by spirits, which could be attributed to neurological phenomena like mirror neurons. A mirror neuron is a neuron that fires both when someone acts and when someone observes the same action being performed by another. Thus, the brainwave mirrors the behavior of the other as though the observer were itself acting. This could also account for feeling a presence, a touch of the hand or your back, as you recall observing this action and manifest seeing or feeling it happen. In the last century, the widespread emergence of high-powered electronics is everywhere across the globe, from the phone in your pocket to the appliances in your home or your car. The added electrical fields could be a factor, with some scientists proclaiming that those and Earth's magnetic field can cause hallucinations and neurological symptoms. A Canadian neuroscientist named Michael Persinger has been studying the effects of electromagnetic fields on people's perceptions of ghosts for years. His hypothesis is that pulsed magnetic fields can make people feel as if there's a presence in the room with them by causing unusual activity patterns in the brain's temporal lobes. Also, because of the way the solar wind interacts with the Earth's magnetosphere, the planet's magnetic field stretches out on the side that's in darkness. Some researchers hypothesize that this expanded field interacts more strongly with people's brains. Mold growing in rundown, haunted sites, low-frequency sounds emitted from machinery, and even carbon monoxide poisoning have been considered factors for hauntings. In fact, in 1921, Dr. W.H. Wilmer published a report of a family that moved into an old house and began experiencing weird phenomena like being held down by ghosts and a constant invisible presence. The actual reason was a faulty furnace, filling their house with carbon monoxide, and the family had oral and visual hallucinations from the poison. The furnace was fixed, and so was the family. But to believers, ghosts are very real, and the explanations for why also vary. I personally like the one that's very eerily scientific and based upon Albert Einstein's first law of thermodynamics. If energy cannot be created or destroyed, but only change form, what happens to our body's energy when we die? Could that energy be somehow manifested as a ghost? People have been trying to contact the spirit world and commune with the dead for ages. The practice of leaving an offering for dead loved ones to communicate with the dead has been around since ancient Egypt. The three most widely known ways of hoping to communicate with ghosts are the Ouija board, the seance, and the exorcism. The oldest is most likely the Ouija board, which uses a planchette and can allow a ghost or spirit to interact with the talking board directly. One of the first mentions of the automatic writing method, or the psychic ability to produce words without thinking about them, is found in China around 1100 AD in historical documents of the Song dynasty. Elijah Bond decided to patent the planchette along with a talking board in 1891, selling the Ouija board to immediate success. You've played with one, right? You ask a question, place your hands gently on the planchette, and then it just starts to move? The Ouija phenomena is considered by the scientific community to be the result of the ideomotor response. This is the psychological phenomena where someone makes movements involuntary. Small muscle movements can lead to large effects, and planchettes in particular are well suited for their task. Many used to be constructed of a lightweight wooden board and fitted with small casters to help them move more smoothly and freely. Now they're usually plastic and have felt feet, which also help it slide over the board easily. In the time of Victorian England, it was considered highly fashionable for wealthy ladies to hold a seance and serve tea to their friends. The popularity of seances increased during the 19th century with the founding of the religion of spiritualism. The traditional seance you are picturing, with a spiritualist or medium attempting to communicate with the spirits in a circle of people, was done with various tools like candles, talking boards like the Ouija board, and even spirit cabinets where the medium or psychic would be bound and placed inside, a diversion tactic much like the magic boxes of modern-day stage magicians. And speaking of magicians, Harry Houdini himself investigated many so-called mediums of the time and exposed them of fraud. Houdini testified against them in front of Congress, saying, "Please understand that, emphatically, I am not attacking a religion. I respect every genuine believer in spiritualism or any other religion. But this thing they call spiritualism, wherein a medium intercommunicates with the dead, is a fraud from start to finish. In 35 years, I have never seen one genuine medium." Houdini, for even being a skeptic, did believe that ghosts and the afterlife could be real. He told his wife that when he died, if he could find a way back to contact her, he would do so in a secret code that only they knew. This apparently happened 1 year after his death, but many believe it to be a hoax. Mediums, psychics, and fortune tellers all claim to be able to commune with the spirit world and retrieve the answers to questions they ask. There have been many accounts of seemingly unreal coincidence in prediction and even manifestations of tables moving, bells ringing, and a ghostly presence being summoned. Is it all smoke and mirrors and stage magic? Or is there something real? One of the most famous seance in history that defies explanation is the basis for the movie The Conjuring. In 1971, Andrea Perron and her family moved to a house in Harrisville, Rhode Island. They soon discovered the house was filled with spirits who hadn't yet passed on, and unexplained phenomena kept happening. Scared for their lives, the Perron family called upon Ed and Lorraine Warren for help. More on them later. With them was a medium who promised to try and help the family get the spirits out. She performed a seance, and it went dreadfully wrong. The medium summoned a spirit that attacked Andrea's mother, Carolyn, and as portrayed in the movie, threw her around the house with such force she sustained a concussion. While the seance was the last severe supernatural event the family ever experienced, it left a lasting impression and a warning not to play around with the spirit world. Exorcism, or the ritual to expel demons or spirits from a person or area, has been around for a very long time, and different practices are attributed to almost every modern religion. Thanks to author and filmmaker William Peter Blatty, exorcism is widely understood because of the popular culture surrounding the film The Exorcist. Science takes a pretty hard stance on this. Demonic possession is not a psychiatric or medical diagnosis, and the illusion that exorcism works on people experiencing symptoms of possession is attributed by some to the placebo effect and the power of suggestion. Mademoiselle Elizabeth de Renfang, who was a widow in 1617, was later sought in marriage by a physician. After being rejected, he gave her potions to make her love him, which led to strange developments in her health. Coincidentally, that physician was later burned at the stake under a judicial sentence for being found a practicing magician. Doctors couldn't cure Elizabeth and began to exorcise her in September of 1619. During the exorcisms, the demon that possessed her made detailed and fluid responses in varying languages, including French, Greek, Latin, Hebrew, and Italian, and was reportedly able to know and recite the thoughts and sins of various individuals who examined her. She was further also able to describe in detail, with the use of various languages, the rites and secrets of the church to experts in the languages she spoke. There was even a mention of how the demon interrupted an exorcist, who, after making a mistake in his recital of an exorcism rite in Latin, corrected his speech and then mocked him. The most that science actually has to do with ghosts and hauntings is in the investigation of them. In 1862, the Ghost Club was formed to do just that, and Charles Dickens and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle were original members. You could consider them the first Ghostbusters. Speaking of Ghostbusters, that successful 1984 comedy actually had a big hand in popularizing the paranormal and supernatural again, and led to the insurgence of ghost hunting and investigation groups. Paranormal investigators use a bunch of different tools to detect and try to capture evidence of spirits, and some tools have more to do with science than others. Since the insurgence of TV shows like Ghost Hunters, a lot of these tools and equipment have become more widely known. The ghost detecting equipment is born from malfunctioning electronics, basically. In 1861, William H. Mumler was studying photography and developed a plate with the shadowy figure of a young girl. While he knew this to be just a malfunction, he declared it to be a wonderful phenomena that needed further investigation, and started selling $10 photos. A normal sitting only cost 25 cents at the time, with the hope that a ghost would manifest in your picture. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, is the most widely sought after piece of evidence of ghosts, and the most refuted among scientists. Ghost hunters will take digital voice recorders and record areas that are said to be haunted. Then they will pore over the static and silence for any sign of the spirit world. Also, still photography and video is very important, which can be digital, night vision, or infrared. Many times, these cameras are hooked into a different system as to get maximum evidence. A camera might be rigged to a motion sensor or temperature gauge so that it goes off when it's agitated. EMF detectors are a scientific tool that measures electromagnetic radiation in homes and offices. This is usually caused by old or faulty appliances or cell phones. EMF detectors are actually the main tool in a skeptic's arsenal to debunk a haunting. People do not realize that there is a higher concentration of electromagnetic energy, which could affect neurological processes and cause hallucinations and result in ghost sightings. This is also the favorite among the ghost hunting TV shows, which is funny because EMF detectors would be really good at picking up TV cameras and TV equipment. The ghost box is a general term for a gadget that is used to verbally communicate with spirits. The idea is that the spirit can use the white noise to communicate in some way, and this device will translate it into English. This technology has become so widespread that there are multiple versions of this as an app you can download to your smartphone. The final tool is the ghost hunting expert, utilizing a medium, a clairvoyant, or a demonologist to add more credibility to the evidence once it is discovered. The real-life Ed and Lorraine Warren, who investigated the Perron family portrayed in The Conjuring, investigated over 10,000 cases in their career, the most famous being the Amityville horror haunting. That real story goes back to 1974 when Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed his 6 family members in a large Dutch colonial house in Amityville on Long Island, New York. The next year, in 1975, George and Kathy Lutz and their 3 children moved into the house and were terrorized by paranormal activity. Some of the things they experienced included George waking up to doors slamming. Kathy would wake up with red welts on her chest and was once levitated 2 feet in the air. They found a boarded-up small room, painted red, that they deemed the Red Room, and the family dog, Harry, was absolutely terrified of it. The youngest daughter, Missy, developed an imaginary friend, Jody, who is a demonic pig creature with glowing red eyes. The family moved out after living in the house for only 28 days. This was investigated, and the only evidence that was ever recorded, other than the testimonies of the family, was the famous Demon Boy photo, taken by the Warrens and the TV crew in tow. Is this a photo of the young John DeFeo, who was brutally murdered by his father? Or was it just a trick of the camera, and it depicts one of the investigators being accidentally photographed, his eyes glowing because of the infrared camera? There are 2 possible reasons why ghost hunters have yet to find good, plausible evidence. The first is that ghosts just don't exist, and all ghost sightings can be explained by psychology, misconception, mistakes, and even hoaxes. The other option is that ghosts do exist, and we just don't have the scientific knowledge and technology to detect them yet. Do we believe our eyes when something we can't explain moves in the dark, or do we just chalk it up to our mind playing tricks on us again? I personally like to go back to that Einstein explanation, because energy is everywhere. And what if, when we die, a part of us remains, and sometimes others can contact the remnants of who we once were? Spooky stuff. I really am stoked that you guys dug that segment and all the spooky science segments we've done over the last couple weeks. I had a lot of fun putting those together, and I'll definitely be doing more of those next year when we get closer to Halloween as well. But this kind of like made me turn a corner with the whole science segment, and I want to do some more like
Spooky?
just some more episodic stuff, like
Spooky
some more
Santa.
Yeah, spooky Santa, yeah.
Spooky Christmas.
But yeah, and I do want to mention, actually, I did see a comment over on Facebook. Kelsey McKenzie, you said that you were bummed you missed last week with the witch segment. All of these segments will be on YouTube. Right now, The Science of Frankenstein and The Science of Witches is on YouTube on our Death Wish Coffee Company YouTube page. And this science segment will also be, The Science of Ghosts, will be out on Sunday when the science segment comes out on the podcast as well. So you'll be able to catch all 3 of those. And Angela, who I see in the comments, is being awesome and turning them into blogs for us, too.
Hell yeah.
So you guys can, keep sharing them all the way up to Halloween, which is awesome. And by the way, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Speaking of Halloween, this is our final Halloween mug giveaway. The witch mugs you see in front of you. Which mugs? Those mugs.
Which mugs?
Witch mugs. There are good witch mugs, and one will go to a lucky winner on Facebook. One will go to a lucky winner on YouTube, and one will go to a lucky winner on Twitch. Twitch and Facebook, we will announce the winners respectively right after we sign off in the comments. On YouTube, we will announce your name right before we sign off because I cannot contact you in the comments. I do want to just mention over on Twitch, I saw the comment from Umber Tutamba. You said that Shannon cast Leviosa and made everything better. And
I did.
She did. She did. I think we're being haunted by a ghost. That's for darn sure.
It's just, I don't know.
It's true. And you guys were all talking about all your experiences with ghosts or loving the different movies that I was sinking in there or, the different ghost hunting TV shows. As silly as I think those ghost hunting TV shows are, I was totally addicted to Ghost Hunters when it came out.
I used to binge watch those.
Oh, my God.
Big time.
It was so much fun. Like, they knew they had a good program written. And that's why, I thought that was great. But I did see a couple of you ask this. In fact, Bernadette Riley over on YouTube, you asked if Shannon and I ever had anything paranormal happen to us. I know you just did, right?
Yes. Well, it didn't exactly happen to me personally, but as a lot of you know, I just came back from a trip from Ireland earlier this month, and we stayed in the Napogue Castle, who has their own whiskey if you're interested. It's very good. But while we were staying there, some of the staffs asked us if we had met the ghost yet. Preface, I am terrified of ghosts. On my house, backing up, definitely haunted when I was growing up. My mom and dad had some weird stories that they told us about.
Whoa.
My mom waking up and seeing what she thought was her dad at the end of the bed, but it wasn't. And my dad feeling someone push his face into his pillow. So creepy stuff. Needless to say, we don't live there anymore. But in Ireland, they said that there were 5 ghosts that haunted this castle. That was, hundreds of years old. So there were 2 guys and 3 girl ghosts that they had, ghost hunters, I guess, come and check out. And they move stuff around. So they're friendly ghosts, but they move stuff around. So then I became hyper paranoid of where I put everything and didn't sleep for 2 days.
Oh, my goodness.
Literally slept with the lights on.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I got 2 short little things. One is that when I was talking about the app you can download for your phone, the Ovilus there, my wife, when we were dating, she got really into that, and we used to stay up late at night and play with that thing and have ghosts talk to us all the time. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. If you guys want to, it's like a $2 app. If you guys want to spend the $2, I definitely recommend buying it and playing around with it. It's kind of fun.
I don't want to know if I'm haunted around me. But maybe we should for the studio.
Yeah. We should. But I've lived in a couple haunted places throughout my life, couple apartments, and when the house that... Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But just, random stuff would happen, like poltergeist kind of stuff, like cupboards would open and close, doors would open and close, like beds would move, furniture would move. But when I was a kid, and this still chills me to the bone, when I was a kid... I lived in the house that I grew up in. I had a bedroom on the 2nd floor, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I used to be scared of the dark. I used to have a nightlight in my room, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and my nightlight was on, and I thought that there was someone in my room, and I was in my bed, and I was looking back and forth, and I didn't see anybody, so I went to kind of nestle back into bed to kind of try and fall asleep again, and my nightlight went off, and when my nightlight went off, I kind of shot up out of the bed and looked at the end of my bed, and there was a young boy about my age. I was probably 8 or 9 at the time. There was a young boy about my age in a flannel. I still remember him. Flannel shirt, an old cap, and dark pants on, and he was just sitting at the end of my bed, and I made a whimper sound, and he looked at me and sighed, got up, and walked through the wall. And again, I'm on the 2nd floor. And I screamed. My mom and dad came into my room, couldn't calm me down. I wanted to stay up all
night.
night.
Your nightlight turned back on?
The bulb had blown. That was all. So they changed put a new bulb in there, and I had a new nightlight. I think I slept with the lights on that night.
Did you pee?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
I would.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's what's fun about ghosts in general. And like I said that at the beginning of that segment, is that ghosts, just the idea of ghosts, have been around for so long that they spawned the genre of ghost stories, and everybody has one, whether it happened to you or someone you know, or you were told a story from someone you know who they knew, kind of thing. Everybody's connected to a ghost story, and that's what's kind of fun about it.
I keep seeing comments saying that I need to visit these super haunted places like Waverly Sanitarium.
Yeah, there's a sanitarium just past where we are right here.
Tour of Mount Dora. I'm telling you, put a GoPro on me and stick me in a haunted place. That would be some great funny content.
We used
of
to
me screaming and probably peeing my pants.
We used to, I forget exactly where it is, but we used to jump the fence when we were kids, teenagers, and go to the sanitarium that's near here because it's supposedly haunted.
Nope.
And you hear a lot of stuff. And when we were young, this is like 14, 15 years old. When we were young, like, it would like be really scary, and it'd be like an adventure. Like, oh my God, like, did you hear all those noises and blah, blah, blah. As I grew older and found out more about the place, a lot of homeless people lived in there. And drug addicts and stuff like that. So a lot of those ghosts were probably actual real people that, thank God, didn't screw with us kids. But yeah, ghosts are awesome, and so is Halloween. And I'm so glad that all of you guys really enjoy those science segments as well. It really means a lot because I put a lot of work into those. Those have been taking a lot. So I want to keep the show moving along. I will say again, just because I saw a couple comments, one lucky winner on each platform, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube, will win a witch mug. All you got to do is drop a comment in those comments. Like I see all the comments right now. One lucky comment on every single platform will be picked to win. The only difference is on YouTube, we will say it out loud before we sign off. On Facebook and Twitch, we'll tell you right after we leave. But let's keep going. Every single week, I like to feature one of you on the Death Star of the Week. And if you've never met Jason Allen, you're going to meet him right now.
Good, good. It is a fully operational Death Star of the Week.
Jason, thank you so much for joining me on the Death Star of the Week. And I want to start by talking about Death Wish Coffee. How did you find out either about the coffee or the company? And do you happen to remember what year that was?
Well, thanks for having me, Jeff. I really appreciate it. I think I found out about the brand and the coffee probably last year sometime. And to be honest with you, it was like watching YouTube videos. I would see a lot of people I follow online, or I would see Death Wish Coffee in the background or something. So I was kind of intrigued by the branding of it, and I just kind of checked it out online and found it and ordered it up, and kind of that's what I've been drinking ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So before discovering the coffee, were you a big coffee drinker?
Not a huge drinker, but, several times a week. I don't normally drink like a pot a day or anything, but I'll have at least 1 or 2 cups, and, it's part of my morning ritual to get things going and just kind of enjoy the experience of like making coffee and starting my day, or even having some in the afternoon or evening. It just depends on how I feel. But yeah, I'm a big fan of getting a little more energy to get through the day, and I love the taste of it as well. So yeah, absolutely, I've always been into coffee and everything.
Awesome. And you said like the experience of brewing coffee. What's your go-to brewing method?
I would say on a daily basis, I normally use like a drip or like a refillable Keurig, but I grind my own beans. But when I have more time to make coffee, I'll use my Chemex 6-cup for, the days that I have more time, or on the weekend, or I just want to, drink coffee for the sake of drinking coffee.
Ditto. When I have that time, I love using the Chemex because I feel like a mad scientist. But
oh, absolutely.
A drip machine, especially if you're doing your own beans, like I love just. Again, with technology, I love being able to hit a button that says coffee, and then coffee magically appears.
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic.
The other side of it is not only the good coffee that we make, but what we put it in, and we really pride ourselves on the mugs we make. Do you collect any of our mugs?
I do. I've really gotten into the mug life online, and try to be an active member of the community on Facebook. So I have quite a few mugs. I think the first one I got was the 2018 Valhalla Java mug that you have, which is really great. So that's kind of like my daily driver. But I do have some of the older ones now, like the Yeti and the Headless Horseman's on the way that I just picked up. So a lot of those older ones I'm trying to pick up because I've always been into the, collecting things and really nice art. And the mugs are absolutely beautiful. So I definitely am into the mugs. I pick them all up when I can. So
That's awesome. I got to say, for someone who just came into being a fan of this company for the better part of a year ago, and you've already got a Yeti and a Headless Horseman, that's
yeah, I know.
incredible. I don't even have a Yeti. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. That's really great. Those are two of the
Someone may need to lock up my credit card or something. I'm not sure. So
Well, we keep talking. We keep throwing the idea around. Maybe we'll just make a Death Wish credit card, right? That's a good idea.
yeah, no doubt. Why not? Right? The other people are doing it. Might as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that brings me to the final question. You obviously collect the mugs. You like the coffee, and I know you like the merchandise too. I see you're wearing one of our awesome T-shirts.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely. Yeah, great. Excellent.
Is there anything that we haven't tried at Death Wish Coffee that you'd like to see us try?
I've been thinking about that question. I know you always ask it. I mean, I think you guys are really killing it overall and putting out some great products as far as coffee and merch. It might be nice to see something like another set, like something like you did in the old days with the shot glass in a mug. Might be nice to see something like that come up in the future, or maybe something that, Death Wish hasn't even tried that I can't think of. But I think the coffee offerings you have are great, and the pumpkin seasonal blend is excellent as well. I got a bag of that in. So I don't know. I just think keep doing what you're doing and doing it well is my only suggestion. And, the guys, everybody brainstorming. If you come up with something great you think will work, then put it out. But right now I can't think of anything. I think you guys are really killing it.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And I love the idea of doing a mug and shot glass again. We did those really randomly very early on, and I know those are very coveted by a lot of the collectors out there and stuff like that. And I've actually got a couple of the shot glasses myself, and they're my favorite. I keep them on my counter. I don't even use them half the time. Like they just look great up there. And it was really cool to do that with Deneen, and that might be a cool thing to revisit and to do that in the future, because it was that special kind of off the cuff kind of thing that we did, and I like that you brought that up. That's awesome.
Right, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking time and talking with me. I love meeting everybody in this community, and even, like I said, even just discovering us just a better part of a year ago, you sound like an OG, and it's just awesome to hear. And thanks for supporting our coffee and our company, man.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you having me.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. So that was awesome talking with Jason, and it's always awesome hearing new ideas and new stuff that we're going to do, because we're always coming up with new ideas.
Woo.
We got something very new to show you guys.
Just in a few.
I do want to say, like a broken record, just want to let you know, if you guys are watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, one lucky winner on each platform will win a Witch mug in front of you.
Which mug?
Witch mug. All you got to do is drop a comment. In those comments, one lucky comment will be picked after we sign off on Facebook and on Twitch. But on YouTube, we will announce your name live right before we sign off, because YouTube doesn't work the same. I can't actually click your name and comment back on you like I can on Twitch and on
And that's just
Facebook.
confusing.
Now, I want to move these out of the way for a second. And I got something to tell you guys. So, this is the normal part of the show where we're going to show you a sneak peek of tomorrow's podcast guest. And I'm really excited to get to that, because this guy is returning for the second time. And not only that, he was on the show in episode 13, way back in season 1, and now he's going to be on episode 149, and in person. The first time I had him on the show, it was over the phone, and it was so great to have him in person. And I'm talking about Rob Fenn. Rob Fenn is one of the premier rock and roll photographers out there right now. He's constantly on the road capturing some of the coolest images of some of the most iconic people who are playing today. In fact, right now, right as I'm talking, he's out on the road on the Marilyn Manson tour, literally capturing Marilyn on stage and behind the scenes, and it's just so cool. And we talk about a lot of that on the show. One of the people that Rob Fenn works with very closely is Rob Zombie. And in fact, when he came here to be on the show, I got to see the final show of the Twins of Evil tour that was Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson when Rob was taking pictures of. Well, Rob gave me something to give away on this show. You guys
It's
want to see it?
nuts.
I'm going to show you a picture of it first, and then I'll show you the real thing. This is what we're giving away starting right now. Oop, nope.
That's not it.
This is it. Nope, that's not
That's
it.
not it.
This is it.
Hey.
There it is. This is a signed, numbered print signed by Rob Zombie and Rob Fenn. There are only 150 of these made. It is on museum quality canvas, and we're giving one away on the show. Now, this is... Here, you want to take one side of it? Here it is, right here.
It's nice.
It's absolutely gorgeous. That is Rob Zombie backstage, obviously with the Beware of Zombies in his teeth there, which is amazing. There's Rob Zombie's signature, and there's Rob Fenn's signature down at the bottom. Now, if you want a chance to win this, it's really easy to do. This is going to be going on for an entire week. All you got to do is go on over, right there, deathwishcoffee.com/Rob Fenn. That's where tomorrow's podcast, which is out right now, I've never done that before, is out right now.
Early, so you guys can sign up.
So the podcast is there, but right at the top of the page is where you can sign up. You give me your name and your email address, and then there's a bunch more entries. Follow us on social media. Follow Fueled by Deathcast on social media. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and on Spotify, and there'll be extra bonus entries added throughout the week as well.
Yep.
One lucky winner will win this print, and I'm going to show it right again. This print will be given away live on the live show next Wednesday night.
Yay!
So one lucky winner is going to win that live. So you're definitely going to want to tune in next week to hear me say your name live, right? Yeah. Once again, super easy, deathwishcoffee.com/Rob Fenn. That's where the podcast lives and also where the contest is. And normally I would say you guys got to tune into the podcast tomorrow. It's all out already.
Right now.
So when we're done here, definitely you can watch or listen to it tonight, or you can wait till tomorrow as well. But I do have a short clip to show you of Rob talking about a book he's working on of stories from the road, because he's been on so many tours with so many bands, and it's this really cool idea he's coming with. And at the end, he shares a really funny story about Rob Zombie as well. So here's that.
Fueled by Deathcast.
But you had said that you were writing a book. Is that still a thing?
I am.
It's like tour stories kind of thing?
It's called Tour Bus Said What.
Yeah.
And it's... Probably shouldn't say this because then no one will take me out on fucking tour again, but it's... If you haven't been a roadie, you will have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now. And being on tour, it's such a weird, crazy... It's controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Like it literally... I mean, yesterday... Was it yesterday? Day before when... Whenever we were at the zombie show, you seen that backstage?
Yeah.
Fucking bouncy castle and swimming pool with an open bar. And
Yeah.
You just see weird shit.
Yeah.
And so I want to write a book because my favorite thing about touring is when we go into a town, we literally roll in at 7 in the morning. There's people fucking rigging it up and doing everything, and we tear it all down at 2 in the morning, and we're off to the next town. At night, when we all get on the bus, we usually have a few drinks sitting in the front lounge, and nobody parties anymore because we can't.
Right.
Like it's just
Been there,
not.
done that.
It's not the old days.
Yeah.
However, the stories are still there from the old days with the partying and the roadies and all that shit. And some of these things are just amazing. So I came to the conclusion. I'm like, I'm gonna write a book, but I'm using nobody's name. It's not a tell-all of, oh, fuck this person. I'm just taking the story. I might make these fuckers up or they might be true. I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
But they're entertaining.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was in South Carolina. I don't know. Did I tell the camel story last time on the podcast? Okay, yeah.
One of the, go back to episode 13, but literally you had to hold a lady's pit bull because she had to go get a coffee and she was worried that it was going to eat a camel at a wedding party.
Yeah, in South fucking Carolina.
Like what?
And this is 10 in the morning. Like,
It's like...
But that was normal.
Yeah.
And that's my point to it is like, that's what I love about the road. It's such a brotherhood of like it. And it's very small. There's not a lot of people because like you'll get one camp works for one band and they go to the next band and stuff like that. And The zombie camp is a bunch of creepy misfits, and I mean that in the best way because we've been doing it so long.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does their job phenomenal. Like they're just top notch, gets it done. I mean, like when that semi rolled over in Montana on our last show before we took the break, we couldn't use the PA. We've been up since 4 because it happened that early in the morning, and we were only 10 minutes late in Billings, Montana with that show.
That's crazy.
I don't know how they done it.
That's
like
crazy.
It literally, these guys just, because there was no PA to fly yet. We had to rent it from a local place in Montana. Try finding a stadium PA in Montana. It's not, you don't
luck.
open the yellow pages. And
Yeah.
shit. And so it was 6 hours away, and they trucked it in, and we had to go get a semi to get the other truck and all the broken shit in it. And it's the last day before our break. So it was crazy, but it worked. And it takes a special person to do these shows. It's not just the guys on stage. It's amazing. And they can also ruin you too. You get a bad sound guy, you're fucked. You know? And so the zombie crew's like just top. They're just good people, and they're very passionate about their jobs. They get in, they do it, and it's a fun time. I'm so glad I fell into this business because it's hard to explain people. Like it's summer camp to me. Like it literally doesn't fit. And they're long days. I start working at 10. I don't get done till midnight.
Yeah.
But it's still like just a vacation. Like it's all my friends and all my favorite music, and then you meet all these new people every city, and then you go see stuff. Like I've been to 33 countries because of this crazy shit.
That's crazy.
Never would have thought that some small town kid fucking roaming the fucking planet.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to tell this on the podcast or not, but I know that you had a zombie story.
Oh my god.
That was kind of funny.
Oh shit. So we do these meet and greets, which Rob's so good to his fans.
Oh my god,
He really, I've worked with a lot of people, and he gives a fuck about the fan. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so we do these meet and greets. And God, you get some characters rolling through these places. And I'm a huge car guy. Like my daily driver is a 63 Thunderbird.
Hell yeah.
I just picked up a 68 GTO named Eleanor. That's my prized possession.
Whoa.
That thing's getting all redone, piano black, blower, gonna get stupid. So I'm a huge car guy. And you'd think that Zombie would be driving like the Dragula.
Dragula, that's literally what he should be rolling up in.
And all these fans think that. And it's funny because on this tour, we had so many people come up and ask him car questions. He's like, no, that's the car guy. And so we were in Canada, and God, where were we? Ottawa. We were in Ottawa, Canada.
All right.
And these two dudes come from a car club, and they got zombie cars, like this 57 called Black Sunshine. And I mean, just these, I'm drooling. I'm dying, They're like, you want to see them? They're out in the parking lot. They're trying to talk to Rob about it. And Rob's like, I'm not the car guy. He is. He's like, I'll tell you a funny story. So Zombie just rents Priuses. That's his car. It's
Rob Zombie in a
amazing.
Prius.
Oh, yeah. He loves them. He loves them. And teach his own. But he's like, I'm so not a car guy. One time, the windshield wiper fluid was gone. And I called the rental company to come and bring me another one. That's how much of a car guy I am.
This one's broken.
This is broke. Come get another one. And so he's telling us that story, and I'm just in tears. And it's amazing because he, like you would think, and he loves them. Like he's like, I love all the old cars. They look cool and shit. He's like, I can't fix them. I don't want them. Like, I want the rental. I can give it back and get a new one. I'm done. But the windshield wiper fluid, I don't know if it really happened or he was fucking with me.
That's so funny.
But either or, that story, it's one of my favorites. Like, I'm still laughing. And it was like last week when he said it.
That is so freaking funny. So much fun talking with Rob, and I definitely recommend tuning into that full interview We talk about a lot of the different tours he's been on since the last time we talked. And definitely go back and listen to episode 13 when Rob Fenn was on to begin with, because I asked him literally how he even got into being a rock and roll photographer.
Yeah.
And
really
he
awesome
fell
info.
into it. He just fell into it. So, like, that's really cool, too. But on this one, I catch up with him on a lot of stuff. We talk about, obviously, a lot of those tours. We talk about the new Tool album. We talk about he's also going to be making a motorcycle documentary. So many cool things. He's such a cool dude. A lot of cool stories. You don't want to miss that. And you're going to want to go right here, deathwishcoffee.com/Rob Fenn. Because not only can you find all of the stuff about the podcast right there, the audio, the video, all the links to it, whatever you want, but at the top of the page is the form to enter to win this print.
Heck yes.
Yes, this is a full museum quality canvas print. There's only 150 of these in existence, and it's signed by Rob Zombie and by Rob Fenn. And it's one of the coolest photos ever. It really is.
It is pretty awesome.
And I'm pretty excited to give it away. So you guys have until October 30th to enter. You can enter every single day. There are multiple ways to enter. And I'm going to be adding some new stuff throughout the week as well, because I can add, like retweeting and sharing things and videos and stuff like that. And so I'll be adding fun stuff. So you'll check back every single day, visit that site, enter to win. And one lucky winner, we're going to say your name live on air on next week's October 30th show. And I do want to just mention again,
costume.
It's going to be crazy. So you're definitely going to want to tune in to that. So here we are at the update, and we always talk about new products. And you guys probably know, if you follow us on social media, that the subscriber release came out today for our Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde mug. And the actual mug comes out tomorrow. To get us all in the mood, let's listen to Brock one last time.
Diary of Dr. Henry Jekyll, October 19th, 1886. In each of us, two natures are at war. The good and the evil. All our lives, the fight goes on between them. One of them must conquer. But in our own hands lies the power to choose what we want to be. What we want most to be. We are.
Man is not truly one, but truly two.
No. Please, God. No!
So that was the amazing Brock Powell, our voice actor friend who does all the voices on Fuel by Deathcast and everything else we love to do. He was playing both Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde there. And I'm going to try and go to mug cam here. Womp. Is a mug there? No?
Nope, that's just me. Hello.
All right.
Oh.
Bring it in.
Oh.
Bring it in.
Hey.
There we go.
It's out of focus a little bit.
It should autofocus. Maybe not. Technology sucks tonight. But this mug is amazing. It's our first ever double medallion mug. I mean, how can you not want this? And it came out today, subscriber only. If you guys are a coffee subscriber, you had a chance to buy this a day early. And we're really excited about that. Although we did hear some concerns, and we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry if you are a coffee subscriber and you didn't get that email in your inbox just at 11. We were running some email tests with our platform that caused a little bit of a delay there, so some people got the email earlier than others. It eventually did all go out, but I know it can be a little frustrating when you expect an email to come out at 11 and not at noon, so hopefully you were able to get the mug if you are a coffee subscriber. And we will make sure to do better next time.
Yeah. Emails are tricky, especially when you...
Technology sucks is what
is the theme of the show apparently,
is the theme
but
of the day.
but emails are tricky too because I mean we send hundreds of thousands of emails at a time, and that can gunk up any server, and we're trying to figure out the best way to do that, and unfortunately it didn't work to our advantage today, and we do really apologize, but like you guys all know, you can contact customer service and they'll straighten you out, which is awesome.
But
But
the mug is out tomorrow completely for everyone, so there will be no more password on the page. Anyone can access it, and you can get yourselves one of these.
so excited.
Highly recommend. There's only 4,000, so it is more of a limited run. Everyone's kind of gotten used to doing more, 5,000
Let's try mug cam again.
runs.
Dun dun dun.
Matches my shirt.
It does match your shirt.
Did that on purpose, totally. And text mugs
Mugs.
to 484848 to know exactly when this mug's on the website tomorrow.
Yes, for sure. So coming out tomorrow, guys. It'll usually, the deal.
Scary.
Usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as long as technology is on our favor. And,
haunted.
Yeah, we're haunted.
By the ghost of something that affects technology. I don't know.
The ghost of IT.
The ghost of IT past.
But yeah. So that's coming out tomorrow, and we're really excited. Do you guys want to see something brand new that
Yeah.
nobody's seen?
That just scared the crap out of me in the background.
Nobody's seen this at all. You guys ready?
Hold on, move this guy.
All right. We'll go to the mug cam for this, too. Boom.
It's the Shannon cam tonight.
Look at that. Womp. On the go
What is
kit.
it, do you ask? It's an on-the-go kit.
We're coming out with this very soon. And I really wanted to show it to you. You're going to get this whole thing when you buy it. You're going to get the bag, this awesome canvas bag. Show them the side with the tag on it, too. Can we see that? Look at that.
It's
Look at that.
stitched on.
Yeah, it's
There's a
stitched on. It's awesome. You can
little
use
loopy
this. You can use this for anything. And then on the inside,
in slot number 1. You have. Can we open this?
oh yeah, no, we're opening this. We're brewing
opening it
this
for
up.
Christmas. The first thing you get in this bag is an enamel mug.
Look at that. An enamel mug with the On The Go Kit logo on it. It's really, really awesome. And not only do you get one, you get two.
You get 2.
2 mugs.
Hold on.
All right.
2 mugs.
2 mugs.
So you can have coffee with a friend. But, what kind of coffee are you going to serve? I don't know.
How about a brand new version of Death Wish coffee? This isn't our instant coffee. This is a single serve pour over coffee.
Chicka, what?
I'll come out right now, and I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit while you go into there, break those open. So this is Death Wish coffee. This is not an instant version. This is a single serve pour over version. These
Get
single
10 of these.
Yep, 10 of these in a box, and these single serve pour overs are nitrogen sealed in a bag, so they'll stay fresh forever. And what's really awesome about this is you can take these, you can put them in your pocket, you can, put them in your
back of your
car, you can put them in
pants.
your backpack, wherever you want, and they're great. All you need is hot water
Which
with
is what we got
these.
brewing back
Just like with our instant, but our instant coffee is different. Instant coffee is a freeze-dried version of a coffee where you put it in your cup and then you add hot water to it. You kind of mix it around like hot chocolate, and then you have your coffee. And I'm very excited about our instant coffee. That will be out very soon as well.
Yep.
These are different, and we're going to show you. Let me go back to the mug cam,
Mug ham. Oh, jeez.
and let's see if we can do it where, get that out of the way,
I'm
where
doing
you
it,
can
I'm
show
doing it.
them kind of how this works.
Okay.
In each of these packs, you rip open the bag. Can you there
Yes,
you
I
go.
can rip open the bag.
All right. Rip open the bag, and then you get a pack of coffee that looks like that.
I feel like a flight attendant right
You
now.
you're on QVC right now.
Oh, it smells
Um,
really good. And then you take the little pouch. You take the little handles out. So this is how you're going to set it over the top of your mug.
Just like that.
I hope this.
And it should set perfectly.
Ta-da!
All right.
It's important to note that these packets are designed to brew with 8 ounces of water.
Right.
So if you try to do it and, if you have the Space Oddity mug, 24 ounces of water, it's you're gonna have a weak cup of coffee.
I'm gonna use. Now, see, I'm gonna use this mug. I'm gonna use our brand new mug, but just to show you, you can put this basically over any mug.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a tankard, so it has a wide opening, and it's still
A little bit of finagling.
got to finagle it a little bit.
Maybe it won't work on this mug. It's because of the lip. And see, I was just going to try and prove to you guys that you could put it on this mug, but you don't want to put it on this mug because you would want to pour water all the way into this. Oh, you want to try it in a witch mug? Try it in a witch mug. Nope. No, we're not going to. So we're learning. We're learning. The thing is you're not going to have a Deneen mug when you're on the go, right? You're not going to have one of these on the go. It's because the lip, you see how the lips flare like that? Oh, yeah. It doesn't want to stay on the lips that flare.
It stays at just one of them.
That's okay. That's totally okay.
It works.
Give me that other mug. And we'll do this. We're going to do this upright. So you put that on the mug like that.
On the mug.
But what you got to do is you're going to see there's a perforation at the top. We're just going to tear that open.
I probably should have done that. Oh, didn't tear enough. 'Cause it's supposed to open, right?
Oh, yeah. Mine's got to open,
There we
too.
go. Did it. Ah! Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Zoom back in. So this is what it looks like with the lid
Nope, sorry.
torn off. So if you have an opening in there, you can see the coffee grounds inside. I just messed it up. Oh, Jesus. And then you add water. So definitely slowly pour your coffee. It's starting to brew into the bottom. And there goes the whole thing.
Yours went in.
Damn it, Jeff.
That's my fault.
Hot. Jeff did that on purpose.
No, see, we're learning with you guys. So this is what I've learned so far, is that with these pour overs, you're definitely gonna want an 8-ounce cup that's either paper or ceramic like this. And then when you're pouring the coffee into this pouch, it's almost like a tea bag. You're definitely gonna not want to go all the way to the top like I just did on Shannon's, because it goes all the way
On
into her cup.
purpose.
I didn't. See, I do about
Sabotage.
halfway in there, and I just make sure it's still up there. And this is going to brew a perfect cup of Death Wish coffee
Because it is Death Wish.
without having a brewer, basically. You're basically just using this little pouch, this little single-serve pouch.
These are perfect for, I see comments for camping, or if you travel a lot for work and you're staying in hotels. Pretty much anywhere. If you don't want to drink the crappy office coffee.
Honestly, this is the first time that Shannon and I have tried these, so I'm glad that we've kind of like figured out some of the
We messed it up?
missteps of it. Yeah,
This is
you
what
know.
happens when you put us in charge of testing.
No, I mean, like this is exactly the way I would do it if I wasn't on camera. I would
We are
have
the
just,
Death Wish test dummies.
I would have just tried it out and dumped one in there and been like, uh-oh. But yeah, it fills up the bag a little bit and kind of seeps down like a tea bag. And you just keep putting that hot water in there. I've had this kettle boiling behind us now for the last couple. Oh, see, mine just dipped too.
Too impatient.
That's okay. It's okay.
Don't burn yourself, Joof.
It's okay. I got it. We're all good. It wants to dip. You just got to be careful. You got to be just like your morning cup of coffee. You got to be patient with it. I'm trying to add too much water. I'm trying to make it go quicker. You don't want that. But you can see, like, as it's coming out the bag like that, see, like, that's basically what you're looking for. Is it's just filtering through. It's basically like a coffee filter. That's
But portable.
but portable. You can bring these wherever they are.
Too much water.
And we're just trying this out. We're gonna try out this product. We're gonna hope that you guys are gonna like it. And if you do, we're going to develop more of these so you'll be able to buy replacements and all that other stuff. And then basically once it gets to the point where, you know, it's covering half the bag while the bag is sitting in the cup is when you've got your cup of coffee. So this is like the last pour.
good.
Yep, this is the last pour I would have done.
Here, you can stick the other one in here when you're done. Nope. Messes.
It's okay though. But a super, super dark cup of coffee.
Gonna be hot.
So hot. That's Death Wish. It tastes really, really
I'm
good.
gonna try it.
Here you go. It's really, really strong. Careful.
Hot.
Very hot. Very hot. Careful, careful. Very strong. And like I said, just a little bit of patience, and you got it. It's not like instant coffee. Again, the instant coffee that we're coming out with, which I'm really proud of as well, is just a packet that you put in your cup, and you add hot water, and you stir it up, and you're done. That's as quick as you go.
This is really good.
This is a lot more sustainable than a K-Cup, and it's a single serve, so you got a single cup of coffee, and you literally can do this wherever you are as long as you've got hot water. And I do see a comment up there, 6 Queen 6. It is a mini Chemex. That is what it is.
Little BB Chemex.
It's pretty rad. It's going to be coming out very, very soon. Greg Smith, you said it's better tasting than the instant.
Instant's really good too.
I can't decide. After tasting this, I can't decide. I guess, let me say this. From a flavor profile, maybe a little bit, because you're actually pouring the water into coffee that's into a filter that's basically filtering it out, whereas with instant coffee, like I said, you're just mixing up all of that water in that coffee, so you might have a little bit of a grit to it. So from a texture profile, I would say this is a little bit better than the instant. But I really like our instant coffee, and I never
really
thought
good.
I would ever say that I liked instant coffee. I hope you guys try them both. They're both right around the corner. I really wanted to show you this because we finally have the whole finished product. It's like I said, it's going to be this amazing canvas bag, the 2 cups, and a pack of 10 of these pour-overs. That'll be
And
available
instructions.
very soon. And then the box of instant coffee that comes with 8 packets of instant coffee in it will also be available soon. We're just getting it ready. We're basically, right now, it's all getting shipped to all of our various distribution centers, and we're making sure it's, we have to build all that back end on the website and everything else. So a couple weeks probably on both those products, and they'll be out. And I'm really excited for both of them, and hopefully you guys will like it too. And if you don't, that's cool too. A lot of people are immediately when we say we're making instant coffee are like, yuck, I would never have instant coffee. And I get it. You don't have to. Instant coffee, if you are someone who gets to brew coffee every day or has your coffee maker make coffee every single day, or you go to your office or wherever you work and you've got a coffee maker there, you never have to worry about instant coffee. We get it. We're making instant coffee for people who don't have that luxury.
Yep.
The people on the go, the people who are camping, the people who are truckers, people who need that fix immediately. This is a little bit more patience, which I have little of.
Worth it.
But it's worth it. It's super worth it. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in on the show, for joining the show tonight. It was a lot of fun, even though we had some missteps in the beginning.
It's always an exciting time here at the Fuel by the Show.
It's always an exciting time. I think we were haunted a little bit, but that's okay. Make sure you tune in to the full podcast with Rob Fenn. It was a lot of fun talking with Rob. I think you guys will really enjoy that entire interview. It's about 50 minutes. We had so much fun. A lot of cool stories. One last time too, if you guys want to go and check it out, that's where the podcast lives. It's also where the contest is for that Rob Zombie print that you can win. You can enter every single day between now and next Wednesday to try and win that print. And right after we sign off, we're going to announce a winner in the comments of Facebook and of Twitch. But I do want to say the winner on YouTube is Matthew O'Connor, UF. I believe I wrote that down right. Matthew O'Connor, UF. So congrats to you on YouTube. and we'll announce a winner on Facebook and on Twitch as soon as we sign off. Thank you guys so much for joining the show and watching the show. We'll be back next week. Next week
In
is
costume!
our Halloween live show. Everything we're throwing out the window. You're not going to get anything the same. we're going to
Literally,
do
out the window.
literally a bunch of crazy stuff live.
In costume.
There's going to be special guests. There's going to be special things. And we're going to announce the winner of the Rob Fenn print. So thank you guys so much. Good night, everybody.
Bye!